sweet one bliss. Someone flicks me a bad body. Say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full scrum, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Happy New Year. If you're new to this channel, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I go by the name of BIYENGE, featuring yours truly, Trey. What's good?
Yes, cuz, big up to you and Happy New Year. This is a new roundup for the year. I know it's been a while for the people, so we do apologize. You know, we've been sorting out a lot of things in the background. But before we get started, just wanted to do a quick shout out to obviously our sponsors, D-Rock Clothing. So here's a message from them. Yes, people, you know the spiel by now. Is iBoxingHub in association with D-Rock. So people, take advantage of that discount code, which is iBoxingHub24, and you get 40% off everything. So if you liked what my cousin was wearing during that boxing skit he did, just head over to the description, utilize that discount code, and take advantage. Cuz, just a quick one, I know it's been a while, man, but I just wanted to big up to the whole of the iBoxingHub family, the community. The work throughout has been truly tremendous. Special shout out to IBH North, Crossroads and Boxing. They did their show recently, you know, with Troy Williamson. So big up to the IBH crew, and also big up to Troy Williamson for also just, you know, sharing his blessing and his experience about, you know, his big win as well. And also big up to, you know, IBH USA, you know, True Dollar Bill, the whole of the crew, you know, the recaps, you know, even Fight Night Chronicles as well. So people, if you're not watching Fight Night Chronicles, just head over to the channel and utilize these great shows. One of the most recent shows on there is the super fight between Lennon and Hagler, Marvelous Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Lennon. So please, people, just take advantage of what we're doing as well. And people, we've actually got a special episode that we will be launching tomorrow. We actually had, you know, Chris Too Slick Congo, you know, here at our studio, our new home, the home of New London Media, and I had to have a quick sit down, you know, with Chris Congo live at our studio. So this is going to be the new hub. This is the new home for iBoxingHub, and we're looking to, you know, change the game in terms of the experience for viewers, the community. So cuz, that's the shout outs done. What you saying?
Well. The Mac is back. Tyson Fury. He's out of retirement again, but he's back.
Yeah, what you saying, cuz?
Do you know what? Interesting time for heavyweight boxing, because look, last time he retired, he came back and you know, he beat Wilder. It's just interesting to see, like, if he can do it again. Obviously, I understand, you know, Usyk is currently the unified champion. Fabian Wardley is currently the WBO champion. You know, yeah. I would actually like to see Fury and Fury fight Wardley, and let's just to see, you know, where is that? Can he do it again?
Oh, so you're calling for the Gypsy King to, you know, fight a young champion in Wardley, you know, a newly crowned champion as well. Yeah.
Because Fury said, like, he said, look, boxing is a young man's sport. You know, again, I would like to see Fury and Moses Otuma, but I highly doubt it they'll put Fury in with Moses Otuma. But again, you know, it's just interesting just to see, like, look, if Tyson Fury, by having a year break from boxing, coming back into boxing, and then to beat Wardley for the world title, then it's like, boy, what's going on? Then he's something special, then, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Because I 100% agree with you. If you were to come back and, you know, produce something like that, then you got to say that he's back in the mix, and it could be a situation where we're talking about, you know, having that super fight that we all want to see. Cause man, at the end of the day, I know a lot of people are, you know, no rushing AJ. Of course, I know he's just kind of got back to training. Hopefully, you know, when his mind is right, when obviously Fury's, you know, had a few fights, you know, coming off his retirement, and he's fresh. Hopefully, both guys can get in the ring and yeah, earn a lot of money, put on a great show, and do something that the British fan base, I would say the British community, we want to see that fight. That is the fight that the people want to see, and that's the fight that I personally want to see as well for both guys. I think both the promoters, whoever's involved, you know, the sponsors, the endorsements, everyone's going to be winning from this, man. So look, let's see. Hopefully.
But who should he fight on his return? Who do you think Fury should fight?
For me personally, cause I think he needs to fight someone in the top 10 at least, you know, just to kind of see where he's at. But knowing Fury, I think he'll kind of just take it easy and might go for someone like I don't know, man. I don't know who you should really go for, cuz, man. Really, like
The only two opponents that I would like to see Fury fight is Andy Ruiz or Baby Miller.
See, that's what I'm talking about. When you mention Baby Miller, it makes sense because, you know, the back and forth, the way they're gonna be, you know, putting on a show in terms of the entertainment wise, you know, the pressers, you know, the energy is going to be good. We're going to get WWE vibes when they both, you know, get into the presser. So yeah, for sure. I'll be up for Miller. Andy Ruiz, I think, cause for both guys, I think it makes sense. You know, both guys have been out the ring for a long period of time, and whoever wins is the person that should be back in the mix, you know, for a title shot, man, or back in the eliminator shot at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be a good shot because again, you know, they've been talking about Wardley, they've been talking about what's the guy who beat Dave Allen? I've forgotten his name now.
Oh man, Dave Allen, innit?
No, the guy who beat Dave Allen.
I know, cuz. Oh yeah, the Russian Mike Tyson, basically, cuz, did it?
Yeah, I think it's unfair. I think he deserves I wouldn't say a title shot, but I think Fury fighting him. I don't know, because just judging on his performance, we already know how it's gonna go. But I'd like to see him fight. I've forgotten his name. The guy who Daniel Dubois beat in Saudi for the IBF eliminator.
Are you talking about Herkovich?
Yeah. I'd like to see them two fight each other. Yeah,
and then
I'd like to see Fury and Triple D, because Fury's coming out of retirement, right? Triple D, he wants to become 2-time world champion. Yeah, this is it. Throw him in the mix. Do you know what I mean? Because at the moment, I think Wardley should be fighting Derek Chisora.
Oh, okay. Well, so Derek Chisora is definitely gonna get that title shot against Wardley. Is that what they're
in talks? They're in talks. I mean, it's his 50th fight. He wants a big fight, and you know, Derek will fight to the end. But yeah, it's this will be his what? His third attempt? Would it be his third attempt? Yeah.
This will be third. Yeah, this will be his third attempt.
Yeah, third attempt. So, but I'm lucky. But no, at the moment, you know what? With the heavyweights at the moment, with everything that's going on, I think there's good fights there. I think Triple D, Tyson Fury, put them in the ring together. It makes sense. It makes sense, and financially, it makes sense as well for both. Derek Chisora and Fabi Wardley. It does and it doesn't make sense, if that makes sense. Because Derek, this is his last fight, his 50th, it will be his last fight. And suppose it makes sense to him. If the money makes sense, it makes sense. But this fight, is it gonna take place in Ipswich, or is it gonna be mainly here in the O2 Arena?
Let's have it in Portmore because I think it needs to be in Ipswich. He's a newly crowned champion, and if he's making this voluntary defense against, Chisora, for example, then yeah, why not the champion take that fight back to Ipswich? Because we saw how the energy was when he fought, Hooney at Ipswich. So why not bring that energy back to his hometown? And he deserves it. Actually being the champion, the world champion now, man. Someone that, cuz you prophesized it as well, man. You said this years ago that he would be, world champion. He's now world champion, and I'm just waiting for more title defenses as they come, and hopefully a unification. And then you've also got another potential, champion in the making in the Tuma in the future. So could these guys be fighting each other in the future? We don't know. They're obviously in the same stable, so we don't know if that's gonna happen. But hey, anything's possible when you've got money, His Excellency, and you've got Uncle Frank, doing a tremendous job as a promoter. So look, anything's possible, cuz.
Yeah, man. Well, do you know what? The big fight, Ryan Garcia and Marius Barrios. I'm a bit concerned about that fight. Because what I'm hearing is Conor Benn gets the fight, the winner. So whereas I'm not concerned about the fight. I'm concerned that Conor Benn wants to fight the winner. But Conor Benn ain't fought at 147 in 3-4 years. So is he gonna have a warm up, or is he gonna go straight into it? I mean, if he does and he beats the winner, I rate him. I salute 100%. But dude, it's been a minute. And not even that, Eubank Jr.'s coming back and he's going at 168. So
makes sense.
I see Eubank. Sorry?
Yeah, I've been saying that because it's a good move for him to go to 168, man. But what was you saying about Conor? In fact, about
I mean, look, him fighting the winner of Marius Barrios and Ryan Garcia. It's nice that he gets an opportunity to fight for the WBC title, but it's just my concern is just that he hasn't fought at 147 in a very long time. It's just like him going back down to 147. He might struggle. He might struggle.
You know what? Because it's not, for me, it's not even about the whole weight and he might struggle and all this stuff. Look, people have been out the game for a long period of time. They came back. Obviously, I hate kind of going back to reminders, man, but Sugar Ray Leonard, I know this is a different topic, but he was retired for the sport for a long period of time, and he came back, had that big super fight. He had a few fights in between. What I'm basically trying to say is, I just think that Conor, regardless, level-wise, I don't think he's on that level to beat any of these guys. But let's see, what happens in terms of the build-up, the commercial value of what both fighters are going to bring as well. Because me, cuz I've been supporting El Azteca for a minute, man. Mario Barrios, I've been supporting this guy for a minute. I even think Garcia right now is kind of looking at him as, this is the easy champion in the 147 division, man. But because of what's happened with Pacquiao and his previous fights. But El Azteca, he's going to come to fight, man. And he's got that, that grit inside him that, Garcia might discover on the night that he's not going to be one of those guys that's going to be, going on the floor and, taking the knee. It could be a fight that, goes right to the end. It could be a bloodbath. It could be a situation where Mario Barrios is bleeding, Garcia's also bleeding on his end, and it's one of those scraps. We don't know. We don't know how much heart Barrios has left, but he's a champion. So he's not going to just hand over his title. He's going to take it to the end, in my opinion anyway. So Garcia, he's going to have to, stop him in order to win, in my opinion, man.
It's weird because I'm just going by Garcia's last fight when he fought Rolly. And he lost. But what was that? Was that 147, right? They fought 147.
Yep. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and obviously, comparing Maris Barrios to Rolly, it was they're two complete different fighters. But something tells me, yeah, Garcia's got this. I don't know. It's just the speed. I don't know. Sanchez tells me like something tells me right with the Rolly fight, he didn't take it serious, like whatever in it. Do you know what I mean? He thought this could be a walk in the park. Um, with Maris Barrios, this is a WBC title, and this is his first time challenging for a title, and I believe he's going to go out there and do the business because Ryan Garcia becoming a WBC champion commercially, he'll do numbers. He does numbers already, do you know what I mean? But he'll do serious numbers. My only issue is that if Conor wants to challenge Ryan, I don't know if Ryan would want to come here in the UK and fight Conor because obviously he's the champ, right? So Conor has to come to America. So
Yeah.
again,
Of course.
I think him and Conor, I think it'll be a good fight. Do you know what the thing is? You look, one thing we've got to give Conor Ben, yeah, right, he's got balls. Right, he's tough. He's tough. Right, he's tough. But I don't know. Him and Ryan Garcia, it's a good. That's a good fight. Him and Ryan Garcia. I'd rather see Conor fight Ryan Garcia than Maris Barrios, in my opinion. I don't know. It's just
I think because you're saying that because commercially, maybe Barrios is not someone that commercially you'll be like, yeah, man, I'm gonna tune in to watch him. So from that perspective, I get it. But at the end of the day, Mario Barrios, if he was to retire tomorrow, he can at least retire and say, look, I've been WBC champion. Conor Ben is seeking to be in Mario Barrios' position. Remember, Barrios has been in big fights since Tank. Remember that fight he had with Tank?
yeah.
He's had Pacquiao fight. He's had fights defending his belt as well. I know there was some fights that you'd argue, oh man, draw and stuff like that, man. But at the end of the day, he's the champion. He's the WBC champion, and you got to kind of give him respect, because
No, of course,
to fight,
of course.
you come to fight, man. But I do agree with you. I think commercially, for the boxing world, we want Garcia to win so that we can get the Haney rematch, unification, WBO title, WBC title. That
Yeah,
we will obviously see that
that's
eventually.
that's another thing, right? Which route would Garcia take if he was the WBC champion? Would he wanna fight Conor Ben? 'Cause I'm assuming Conor Ben is mandatory, or would he wanna fight Haney?
Haney, cuz man, and I don't even mean this in a disrespectful way, man. Like, what's Conor bringing to the table? I'm not saying that on a disrespectful one. For legacy wise, and for more money, it makes better sense. If I'm Ryan Garcia or if I was his manager, I would say to him, look, a rematch between you and Devin Haney makes better sense because one, it's a unification. Two, there's a storyline, and three, it makes sense for boxing because people want to see how is the clean Garcia gonna face against Haney, who's had his confidence. He's become champion again. He's the WBO welterweight champion. If Garcia is the WBC, it just makes better sense. Whereas with Conor, it's more of a gimme fight. Like, okay, you can fight him because of his name, but from a boxing standpoint, he doesn't bring anything to the table from a boxing standpoint.
Oh, come on, dog. I mean, he sold out Tottenham Arena twice, man. Like
Because
he's
that
now
doesn't mean
officially.
anything, man.
No,
That
but
don't mean
officially,
anything.
no. But what I'm saying is, like on commercially, Conor is now up there. Like in terms of.
But Haney, I would say he's more than Garcia.
Sorry.
Yes, FK Breeze, big up to you. Happy New Year, happy new blessings for you, my brother. We're getting the comments coming through. Big up to Trey and BNG. Big up to you, Mr. Styles 619. We appreciate you, brother. And BNG, he and Eubank sold Spurs Stadium. I agree.
That's what I'm
I agree.
saying.
I'm not saying that from a commercial standpoint, Conor isn't where he is. But I'm saying from a boxing standpoint, if I was Ryan Garcia's manager and he became WBC champion, I'm more looking at the Haney fight because one that sells better.
Do you know what? I get that, but then again, look, it depends on the person how they pitch it because they could say like, look, you can earn more money fighting Conor Ben at Tottenham Spurs. Do you know what I mean? I'm just giving an example. And he might even take the opportunity just to think, because in his mind, I'm telling you, look, everything comes down to money. Regardless of the legacy and this and that, it comes down to money. Because remember, these are prize fighters. So it's just like, if you could, let's just say hypothetically, right? They said, okay, Haney fight, you get 30 million. You fight Conor Ben in the UK at Tottenham, you're getting paid, I don't know, let's just say 50 million. He will probably his team will look at it and be like, well, do you know what? Yeah, this is an easy fight, and we'll go in London. Do you know what I mean? That's how they say it. I'm telling you now, as much as you're saying, and obviously, because the way he sees it, okay, I beat this guy, then I can go chase Haney for the belt. Do you know what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying. Because and look, FK Breeze here has obviously made a good point here, and I 100% agree. And look, thank you people for just getting involved in the chat. Like it just makes this show truly tremendous. Obviously, FK Breeze is saying, I don't think Ben sells out Spurs with Haney or Garcia. And the reason why they sold out the Spurs stadium isn't because of those two fighters themselves. It's because of the history behind the Eubank and Ben name. Like, I don't think Conor is headlining shows without Eubank like that, man. So they won't be selling out shows like that. So for me, I think he will need to be the B-side in this situation, especially against, let's say, Garcia. And whatever they're offering, fly to the States and make your way that way. We just seen just the other day, Dalton Smith fly over to the US, grab a belt, bring it back, and now he's going to have the notoriety. So FK Breeze is also saying that he can defo do the O2. I agree with you. Cuz I'll throw this question over to you because we covered this briefly. Who do you think wins between Garcia versus Barrios? So cuz just give it to...
Do you know what? I'm Garcia, Haney. Maris Barrios has been through. He's been through it. He's gone to war. He's fought a lot of good opponents. A part of me, I want Garcia to win because I just think Garcia becoming a champion commercially, it'll just be big. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I like Maris Barrios. He's done a lot for the sport. But Garcia, I believe he's a younger cat and he's hungry. I know his last performance wasn't really great because I think he overlooked Rowley. But I think this fight is a serious fight. I think he's locked in. I think Garcia on points or stoppage.
Okay, no, it's fair. It's fair. And on paper, that's what should happen. But as you know, in boxing, sometimes you just never know what truly will happen, man. So I think, look, regardless, I think it's going to be a good show. Ring Magazine, The Zone, will be, broadcasting this, so it should be a good one. So I'm really, looking forward to seeing, just the whole event, the whole Vegas show. I think it's going to be great. So BIYENGE, he ain't hungry. He better be locked in now. Which is true.
Yes.
He better be locked in now.
Put it this way, look, not that I'm saying this is his only opportunity, but like I just think if Garcia wins, then we get to see him and Haney rematch, and they're both champions. You know what I'm saying? It'll be even bigger. Both campaigning at 147 and clean, no drugs, no cheats, nothing. But then at the same time, I was saying before, my concern is that Conor Ben, wants the winner, but Ben hasn't fought at 147 in a while. But it's a thing where can he compete with these guys? Because these guys are killers.
Yep.
Not to say that he's bad, no, but it's just like he's fought at 154 or 16, whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? So that's my only concern. So unless he has a warm up, do you know what would have been good? What would have been great, right? This is what annoys me about boxing sometimes. Conor Ben should be fighting on the undercard. Should. Should be fighting
Yeah.
the undercard, you know, have a warm up fight, and then after whoever wins, you know, that's when the promotion starts. But again, this fight, is it on PBC? Is it on the Zone? I mean, not PBC.
About the
Yeah,
Garcia fight. Yeah, so the Garcia fight is going to be on DAZN.
Zone. Yeah, Zone, yeah, it's
Yes,
Zone, yeah.
DAZN, broadcasted by DAZN, and it's the Ring Magazine showing it again. So yeah, it should be a lively one for the fan base, for the people that's supporting and going to be watching as well, man. So just want to run through a few of these comments before we get into the final topic of the night. Also, a side note: Virgil Ortiz was in TNA's debut episode on AMC, which is an interesting one. Now, big up. Which fight is bigger commercially, Haney versus Garcia or Ben versus Garcia? Because it's a good question for
You know
me.
what?
You know what I'm gonna say, cuz man, but go for it.
It's all right. This is a mad one, yeah. Because I'm only going by what Ben done last year at Tottenham Spurs. Like, was it what 60 or 70,000 people, and that's big. You know, I mean, look, non-championship belts. You know, never won a belt, etc. I understand. You know, the reason why they generate them numbers because of their dads. I completely understand. But like the fight that he had with Eubank, the first fight, it was electrifying. And I suppose at the moment, Ben, he has been making a lot of noise. But then I can't disrespect Haney because he's currently a champion. Do you know what I mean? He's beaten a former champion to become a champion, and not even that, he unified the 135 division, moved to 140. Now, so was a champion at 140, now champion at 147. So I would probably have to say Haney because of what he's achieved. Do you know what I mean? In the sport. So commercial, I'll probably say Haney and Garcia. Yeah, I mean, but I'll still like to see Ben because obviously, you know. But yeah, I have to say Haney.
I agree with you, cuz, and I think everyone in the chat is agreeing as well. Mr. Star 619 saying Ben needs to have a contender fight against someone before he challenges for a world title. I 100% agree. FK Breeze is saying Hearn said Ben is having a warm-up fight at 147. That's what makes better sense. Mr. Star 619 saying Haney versus Garcia is the more commercially bigger fight. And yeah, what was you gonna say, cuz?
No, I was gonna say Ben. Honestly, he should have been fighting in this card. He should have had a warm up fight in this card, then challenge the winner. That, do you know what I mean? It's just then from there they could have scheduled a date for, I don't know, someone, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes just boxing something to move slow. I understand they've got their own plans, etc. But that's how I would have done it. Like, okay, do you know what? But then again, it comes down to, you know, because he might be thinking he's bigger than both of them. At this present moment, he might think he's bigger than Garcia and Marius Barrios. No disrespect to them, but maybe that's how he's thinking. Well, hold on, why am I gonna fight on that undercard? I need to be the main event.
I think us and FK Breeze obviously said it best here, and big up to FK Breeze and everyone that's just involved in the chat. We obviously appreciate, you know, the energy. BIYENGE, he wouldn't have made weight in time, so I'm guessing they're, you know, slowly getting him back down to that kind of weight of 147, man. So maybe that's the reason.
He's concerned. Every interview he says, I'm in the gym, I'm cutting down, I'm fine, you know. So I'm only going by what he's saying, innit? I don't know if it's his marketing, but the way he's going on, like, he's fine. Like, you know,
it's
even when he fought Eubank, the first fight, I'm sure the next day he was in the gym. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely crazy, man. But before we obviously get into that last one, I think this is the last question, which makes sense before we move into the final topic. Also, do you think the fight goes 12 rounds or will we see a stoppage? That's the final one before we get into the final topic.
You know what? I've got a feeling there'll be a stoppage. I've got a feeling there'll be a stoppage. Yeah, I got a feeling there's too much pride in this fight, man. Because it's for a title, the way I see it, people don't want it to go into the judges' hands. So somebody has to lay down. Or get laid down, sorry.
So you're saying someone's getting laid down. So Mr. Style 619, that is the answer to your question. BNG saying that someone is going to get laid down. So yeah, that is it. So, cuz final topic of the evening, the main event, I would say. We've got the big one that's coming up in the next few weeks, of course. We've got the takeover, Teofimo Lopez versus the challenger, and the next number one pound for pound for what a lot of people say, Shakur Stevenson. I think for Bance, I think Teofimo was calling him sugar sweet for Bance. But yeah, because just before you tell me your predictions and stuff like that, this is obviously going to be the undercard for the tremendous event. So you've got Davis versus Ortiz, which is going to be a good one. Carrington is also in this as well. So you got Miller in this one. So guys, you've got a juicy card, I would say, for the main event that's going to be happening over the weekend. So I'm just excited, man, that we're about to have a decent fight to end January. January's been good, so I can't wait for it as well. I know this don't matter now, but Dalton Smith versus Ben at 147. Oh, he's throwing it out there as well.
I mean, do you know? I want to see Dalton Smith and what's his name? I've forgotten his name now.
Lewis Crocker.
No, he signed with Boxer. I've forgotten his name. Azim.
Oh, Adam Azim, yeah. That's the fight that we've been waiting to see for a long time, man. So Dalton's done his part, so it's down to Adam Azim to do his part.
That's the fight, because I think that'd be a good British clash. Dalton Smith done what nobody thought he could do. He fought with heart, never gave up, and look what he done. Some say, the guy's a drug cheat, whatever, but just look what he done. He went to his backyard, and yeah, knocked him out.
Yeah, no, big up to Dalton Smith. It was
big up Sheffields, man. They got a new champion. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
With Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. Do you know what? It's weird, because one minute I was saying Shakur Stevenson, then I was saying Lopez. But it's a weird one. It's a 50-50 for me. The reason why I say this is because Lopez, Shakur, he went for Olympics and everything. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got background, pedigree, etc. So, on paper, he's credible. He's supposed to be the best big thing out there. Lopez, obviously, he went through the hard route, the long way. So it's just like, it really comes down to who really wants it more. And they're both skillful, so skills pays the bills. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a tight one. Because look, they're both champions. Wait, hold on. Wait, Shakur? Yeah, Shakur's, yeah, they're both champions.
Yeah, Shakur's still the BBC lightweight champion. So yeah, he's still the champion at that weight class at 135.
But it won't shock me if Shakur knocks out Lopez, knocks him down. Sorry, it won't shock me. It would not shock me. But then I can see it. Nah, can I see Shakur? Nah, I think, yeah, nah. I don't know, man. It's a tough one, man. It's really a tough one, because it's just like, it's happening now. It's happening now. So I'm just gonna be a fan, watch it in silence, and may the best man win.
Yes, people get involved in the comments, not even just during the show, after the show, get involved. Let us know who you think is gonna win the fight. We're obviously gonna, make sure we do a poll online so that you can all get involved. But I'm interested to see what the people are saying. What's FKB saying? Didn't Teo go to the Olympics? I think he represented Honduras but didn't go far. I'm not sure. I think maybe he did have some sort of involvement, but on the amateur boxing level, Teo's done bits, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. So Mr. Styles 619 saying, I think Shakur wins this fight. How do you think he wins this fight? I want to know. Cause you know what I'm gonna say, and I've said it a few times, man. The takeover will take over this fight, and he would obviously go over to 147 and challenge Haney after he is done with Shakur Stevenson. I just think that the reason why this fight is happening right now isn't because, you know, Shakur's been calling for it and it's something that Tio's wanted. It's not been in his foresight, but because of the Zepeda fight, the performance, Shakur's stopped growing up. You know, you've seen what Eddie's been able to do with him, the brand, the name, energies. It makes sense from a boxing perspective to fight this person who a lot of people are tipping to be the next Crawford, Mayweather, etc., etc. So for me, this fight is more of an acid test for Shakur Stevenson. We've seen what Tio can do, you know, at this elite level. We've seen what he's able to do against, you know, Taylor, against Lomachenko. We've seen him against the big fights, and we've seen what he's been able to do. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think Teofimo wins on points, man. I don't think there's going to be some sort of a stoppage or anything like that. I think Tio puts on a show and wins on points. But it's still going to be a respectful one for Shakur. It's not going to be a bad loss for him or anything like that. I still think that he would have lost to a fighter who has been there and done it, more experienced, and has more on his resume to show that, yep, I've climbed a mountain a few times already. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, you know, FK Breeze, man, is fair, man. Obviously, if you're going for Shakur,
You know
completely
what?
understand. I'm just not sold on Shakur yet.
I'm going for Shakur because you just said something. You said Lopez wins and moves up to 147. Now I'm beginning to think Lopez might be struggling to be at 140. That's why he wants to move up to 147. Because I remember when he fought George Kambosos at 135. Was it 135?
Yeah,
And George
lightweight.
Kambosos beat him, and he said, like, boy, do you know what? I was struggling to make weight. I was struggling at this weight. So I can see that happening again.
Oh, let's see. It's not something that we don't already know, that, you know, he's looking at 147. Remember, for years, I know a lot of people are gonna kind of talk about bananas and, you know, him pushing out certain things out there. Obviously, we know what he was trying to do. He was trying to get that Crawford fight. That Crawford fight wasn't gonna happen at 140. That Crawford fight was gonna happen at potentially 147, 154. So I think he's always had his eye on moving up, and now with Haney, you know, being champion at 147, he's kind of looking at that and thinking, ooh, that's a good opportunity for me to, you know, move up and have that super fight finally with Haney, because they've been going back and forth for years. That is a fight that should have happened at 135, but it didn't happen. So yeah, that's what I see happening, you know, for the foreseeable.
Okay, then. Well, it's time to end the show.
It's time to end the show. Obviously, people, big up to everyone that's supporting, you know, during this live show. We appreciate the energy, we appreciate the love, and we'll continue to do what we do on our end to, you know, give you guys tremendous content. Once again, just want to remind the people that the Boxing Roundup special featuring Chris Too Slick Congo will be out tomorrow. So we're going to ensure that that comes out for the people, and it's our first experience, you know, doing this kind of show at the new hub. So we just wanted to give, you know, a special shout out to New London Media. You know, Nigel's obviously doing a tremendous job, you know, in the background, you know, for us, and we appreciate, you know, the support that he's been, you know, giving the channel to the people as well. So Cuz, God bless you once again. I'm gonna obviously hand it over to you. And people, make sure you're following. Make sure you're following the shows. Make sure you're following the team. Make sure you're following what IBH North is doing. Make sure you're following what Fight Night Chronicles is doing. Make sure you're following what Stay Weighed In are doing. Make sure you're following what everyone's doing. Like the work is truly tremendous, and I can't say it enough. So God bless you all. We appreciate the support. And Cuz, man, there's a few comments here as well, man. So just big up to FK Breeze. Big up to, you know, Mr. Styles 619 doing what he does best. And quick question here. Look, so FK Breeze is saying who would have won that fight between Crawford and Teofimo. I think Crawford would have won that fight. No, just respectful one. Like
Crawford smokes all of them, man.
Yeah, but you know, Crawford would have smoked all of them, like what you said, cuz man. But hand it over to you, Boosh. Big up to you.
Thank you, thank you. Happy New Year again, guys. Just keep supporting, keep subscribing. Follow our page, follow my page as well on Instagram, BNG. Yeah, have a lovely, productive week. We shall see you again on Wednesday. Peace and love.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a bag,